Here at the College of Education, I'm in the Honors Seminar. And during the Honors Seminar, many people come to speak in our class. One day, Dr. Valley came. She taught us so much about high content demand and things she learned about No Child Left Behind. She observed how high-quality teaching was missing in many classrooms due to the NCLB legislation. If you need a little background information, No Child Left Behind put into legislation that all students will be proficient in reading and mathematics by the year 2014. The way they would judge if students were proficient in these subjects were by standardized testing. That means that if the schools failed to provide children who were passing these exams, they would be deemed failing. And if this pattern continues for years, the federal government has the right to close these schools down. This puts a lot of pressure on the schools, the administrators, and then the teachers who are now forced to teach to the test to make sure that their students will do as well as they possibly can. I was so interested in what else Dr. Valley had to say about the negative effects of standardized testing, so I met with her and she lent me her book titled Test Driven. I read the book and found out that there were many changes in cognitive demand levels of lessons from the 2002-2003 school year to the 2004-2005 school year, which would be when the No Child Left Behind Act was in effect. In fact, lesson content of high content demand decreased drastically in mathematics and also had a slight decrease in reading. So when Dr. Bote told us about the Nurturing Our Penchant for Learning assignment, I knew what I wanted to study: high cognitive demand and its positive effects on children. So I googled high cognitive demand and started getting images like this. I thought maybe it's time to look at more scholarly sources. So I went to our library's website and found an educational database. I started searching high cognitive demand, academic achievement, and elementary school. I found an article written by Hawkins, Skinner, and Oliver. They studied the effect of cognitive task demands on 5th grade mathematics student accuracy. They wanted to see which types of questions students would do better on. They had a low cognitive demanding assignment, which was a paper and pencil assignment, and the children complete the problems however they liked. The high cognitive demand task left no space for the children to work out their problems, so they would see who did better. Interestingly, the researchers found that students scored higher on the low cognitive demanding test than the high cognitive demanding test, 70% as opposed to 49%. The interesting fact was that the students were given a timed amount to answer the high cognitive demanding questions, but not on the low cognitive demanding questions, so that might have influenced their results. That is most definitely not the only article done or written on high cognitive demand. In fact, there was another article done by Blewett, Rump, Shilley, and Cook that studied how cognitive demand level and scaffolding can help 3-year-olds learn unfamiliar words during shared book readings. They studied children and asked them all different kinds of questions, and they found out that with teacher scaffolding, high cognitive demanding questions can and will help students learn and understand concepts more deeply. Overall, I learned that high cognitive demand can help children remember things better, but as in the one study with mathematics, it can be very challenging for students. So I wondered, why is there this decrease in high cognitive demand and what can be done about it? What is going wrong in the education system that is leading these children to not respond well to high cognitive demanding questions? Is it possible that we have fed them so many multiple choice questions and forced them to just simply remember things that now when it comes time to actually answer demanding problems that will better their learning, they're unable to do so? So whose fault is it? Is it the teachers? Or is it the Maryland State Department of Education, as well as all the other state departments of education? What seems to matter most is this: the test scores. Where are schools ranked? Are they passing? Are they failing? There are some serious issues with the American state of education right now, and something needs to be done about it. Now, I'm not saying we should march down to DC screaming for there to be change. Although that might not be the worst idea, I think we need to remember that kids are kids, and we need to think about the skills we learned in this class and a lot of our other education classes. We need to build a community, and we need to let kids have fun. Remember, they're just kids. So let's remember the 21st century themes and how we need to teach children resilience and some other long-term skills, like how to collaborate with people, how to create things. We need to make them lifelong learners as well, just like we're doing here with this Nurturing Our Penchant for Learning project.